Hey guys, it's Jonathan from Total Brohammer, and today we'll be doing some more Chaos for Chaos Week. So, today we're going to be having Chaos versus Beastmen, and as you can see, it's going to be quite interesting. So let's go over my army first, real quick here. So I've brought a wide infantry army for the most part. I've got three Chaos Marauders. I've got 2 Chaos Warriors with Great Weapon. I've got a Chaos Warrior with Halberd, as well as the Merit Guard. I really like the Merit Guard because they only cost 950, and they're not that far off from Chosen. So these guys are pretty great. I mean, 58 melee defense, Chosen have 60. I mean, they have a lot less weapon strength and 20 less armor, but a lot of their stats are only slightly worse. So these guys definitely worth it, being that they are significantly less expensive. Besides that, I've also got 2 groups of Skirmisher Cav here. So this group is consisting of 2 Marauder Horsemen and 3 Marauder Horsemen over here. And no wait, so yeah, 1 Marauder Horsemaster in each group, and then the rest are Marauder Horsemen, so 5 in total. And of course we have the Sarthrel, as always, one of the definitely the best lord on the Chaos roster, if you ask me. My opponent, and just so you know, I accidentally brought 5 on accident. I only meant to bring 4. I usually only bring 4. My opponent has gone with a very, very interesting build here. So all the way over here on the right flank, he has a group of Ungor Raiders. Up in front, he has 5 Cygors with throwing axes. So he brought 5 Skirmisher Cav. I brought 5 Skirmisher Cav. So we're going to have a Skirmish Cav fight here. Alright. Besides that, he's also brought 2 groups of Minotaurs. He's brought 2 Cygors and Malagor the Dark Omen with, of course, Savage Dominion to summon some more Cygors. He also has Traderkin and Devolve, which I don't think he should have brought, because if you plan on using Savage Dominion, then yeah, you're not gonna be able to cast really much else. So he's also got 1 group of Ungor Raiders in the forest here. So he's got a very spread out army, almost all ranged, in fact. So we'll go ahead and start playing here. So over here, I see that he has Cygors. I'm going to be pulling these guys and moving them constantly. Whether it's Cygor shots they're dodging or the shots from the throwing axes, these are armor piercing. They're more valuable than my projectiles. My guys have longer range. I'm going to be able to win the skirmish fight as long as I keep moving. Otherwise, see that? Completely missed if I'm always moving around. Now that one was particularly extreme here, but we're just going to be blowing back and forth, keep on going. I'm going to retreat, getting some shots on him. He's getting some shots on me, but I'm dodging most of them. We got Sarthrel coming up here. As y'all know, the Cygor throwing axes pose no threat to him from ranged, and in melee he will also beat them, as they only have 35 armor. But yeah, it's a real ebb and flow here. I just have to keep my Cav near my infantry so that he can't... what he should be doing is trying to get around and on my infantry. Then again, I don't blame him for not doing that, because I would just counter him. It's probably just a better idea to try and counter these guys. We appear to be trading pretty evenly. I would say I'm slightly on top, and he's also committing more resources than me. All these Cygor throwing axes cost 800 each, not to mention the Cygors cost 1600 each. So considering that, I am definitely having the best of this engagement here. So now we're going to get up here. He's going to charge forward. I am just going to charge back. He's going to get a little bit of a melee attack on some of our Marauder Horsemen here, but you know, that's just fine. Oh wow, they got 2 of them. Wow, on the charge. So Sarthrel's over here just causing a whole lot of havoc. As you can see, my horsemen are just shifting all over the place. It's the same thing with my Summoner's Rage. He's moving in behind me with his Ungor Raiders, which is a really good idea. These guys are definitely going to throw me off. I do have some hounds though, so hopefully they'll be able to deal with them. Over here, it's just a big mess. He's just going back and forth, keeping his important units moving. As you can see, I'm trying to throw some javelins into these Minotaurs with great weapons. Not that they pose the biggest threat to me, considering my army composition. Alright. So, as you can see, those Cygors, we just kept on moving the whole time, and we've been able to dodge a few shots. As you can see, he's hit the halberds at least 1, and now he's going to start retreating. So this kind of gameplay is perfectly legitimate, although it's very annoying. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. The fact that he doesn't have a front line, I think, is really going to hurt him, though. Now that we actually have some infantry on his Cygor and we can stop it from throwing, we're just going to get some good fire on it. Now this is the summon. He is doing a wise thing here. He's retreating. He's leaving his summon out here to take all the free damage because it's going to die anyway, and retreating with his more important units. As you can see, I'm trying to keep my Marauders on these guys so that they cannot fire. He's going to come in with the Minotaurs with great weapons. We're going to throw a bunch of axes. We're going to have my Dragon Ogres come in here. Now the fact that we have so many horses here, look at these Dragon Ogres just trying to politely make their way through to the my opponent here. So we're going to come in here, and with the Dragon Ogres and the Marauders combined, we'll be able to take them out. As you can see, our infantry are getting on all these units here, and they are just simply being overwhelmed. They took out a unit of Chaos Marauders, but when they lost that much health on both their Minotaurs, that's just not going to be worth it. So as you can see, at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. These Marauder Horsemen are, Horse Masters in fact, are unfortunately getting caught on this Cygor summon. I have these guys chasing after them. I'm going to have the Dragon Ogres come over here and try to do some damage. I'm not going to keep them over here too long just because, or I am going to keep them over here, because I have these Chaos Marauders actually screening out the Cygors with throwing axes. And what he needs to do, he just needs to put his guys up, put them all on melee, and just charge. Pretty much insta-kill them. So the Chaos Blob is just moving forward here as we take on this this Kaidi build. Now, as y'all can see, I like to keep my my range indicators on units up at all time. That's very useful. If y'all want to turn that on, y'all can just come over here and press this lock icon on fire arcs, and you hold down spacebar to get this little arrow, by the way. All right. That's just for some new players, if there's anybody watching us. I cater my channel more toward people who already know how the game works, so I don't cater to new players all too much like Turin does. Surprising to me, my Chaos Warhounds with Poison actually lost against the Ungor Raiders. I don't know if they took a ton of shots before they got into melee or what, but now they are absolutely being destroyed since I've completely forgot about them in the carnage that ensues over here. So Sothrel's getting charged by these Minotaurs. They don't have many mauls yet, but that's still going to be some really good damage there, as you can see, so we're going to pull them out here. Not too afraid, though. Our army is in fairly good shape here, and he is running low on ammo on all of his Cygors. And he has not. He's also using them against Sothrel the Everwatcher. No, he's using them against the Miragard, which is a good choice. So we've taken out another Cygor. We're almost out of ammo, too. In fact, we've used more than him. I see some... Alright, so over here some mistakes are made and then we kind of recover. So I see some archers over here. I'm like, we got horse masters in here, Marauder horsemen, and we can just send these guys around the back and have these guys come collapse on these Ungor Raiders. Have the hounds come in from this direction, and those little things aren't there. I'll have to get those up. We'll have the hounds come in from this direction, surround these Ungor Raiders. Have this guy. This guy's was supposed to go all the way around and make these guys collapse, but he's actually going to send his Cygors into melee. Now, we do have Marauder Horse Masters, and we do outnumber him heavily. Not to mention, these guys are in melee, so they're not charging. We're also getting a side charge, so that's all going to go very well for us. Although initially I was feeling like this was going to go quite bad for me. The Marauder Horsemen are getting absolutely wrecked. So this is just a transmutation of lead over here that I've been throwing down. And back here, it's just a bunch of Cygors, which pose no threat to Sothrel, really. So I'm just going to let him take those axes and take that damage. Better him take that damage than anyone else. He has a ton of resistance to him. Alright, we did just miss it over here, but he just charged us with yet more Cygors. And, you know, we're doing pretty good. The Marauder Horsemen combined with the Marauder Horse Masters, even though they're wavering right now, has been a pretty good combo so far. We're going to have these hounds chase off these Ungor Raiders. Over here we have Sothrel just keep worrying about these guys, trying to get them all off the map, get these Dragon Ogres. They actually lost their orders right in front of these Cygors, so I'm not sure why the orders bug still happens, but it does. And now we're just chasing these guys off the map. Malagor's over here with his newly summoned Cygor. Here come the hounds and the rest of our horse masters to take care of the rest of these Beastmen skirmish units. Now the Cygor is going to be stomping the yard here, having a hell of a lot of fun. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, he loves every second of it. He is about to die though. He is about to die. Alright. So at this point it's basically Malagor left, and as you can see his leadership is going down as the balance of power shifts into my favor. Alright, and now we're pretty much ignoring him. He's not a particularly hard lord to take down. I mean, his missile resistance. How much missile resistance? Oh man, it's... CA, if you're watching, for Game 3, make it so that you can click on enemy units so that you can see their unit cards. At least in replays. And also, taking away your leader has died icon. That right there. Oftentimes, it actually stops you from clicking on what's behind it. So, if we could make it so that that doesn't happen, or you can click behind it, then that'd be just great. Alrighty, so that's that game. Let's go ahead and look at the in-battle breakdown here. So, Hound's coming off with 104 kills after all. Pretty good. All my Marauders got 0 kills. I mean, there was nothing for them to get kills on. Chaos Warriors all got 1 to 0 kills. This game was held out completely by... This game was won by Marauder Horsemasters, basically. And that's just all there is to it. Marauder Horsemen and Marauder Horsemasters, and they didn't even get a lot of kills themselves, so you don't need a lot of kills to completely defeat a Beastmen army. Of course, their army was very, very small here, with 278 losses out of the 432 that they brought. But anyway, guys, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you all enjoyed that skirmish heavy game. This is John Ton for Total Brohammer, signing out.